Here we go again, and as always with a Mercury retrograde situation, it's telling me I have to change the video resolution. It's not supported. That's a new error. Lucy, I've got a new error. Oh God, help. It's telling me I've got to, oh gosh. Lucy, please call me. I bet I'm live, aren't I? Am I live? Can you see me? It's showing that I don't know what to do now. Shit.
Hello?
Hiya, look, it's another error this time. It's a different one. Look, I've inputted the...
Let me just put on the video. I'll just put it on.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm just...
Look at that. I don't know what that means.
What does it say? Could
You
just
need
read it
to
out?
change the video... Oh, Christ. You need to change the video resolution. The current resolution is 1092 by 614, which is not supported. I've not changed anything. I've not done anything.
Yeah, I know. Just go into OBS.
A minute. Settings.
Is there the camera set? I don't know if there's the camera
Video.
input. Is there? I can't really see the writing brackets, so you might have to.
You see it?
It's very blurry with me. I'm sorry. Is there anything that indicates pixels? Like there's a number says times and then something.
It won't let me go into it. I think I've got to... Wait a minute. Let me stop streaming.
Bye,
God,
bye.
thank you. Let's see. It's telling me I've been live for 4 minutes. Can you see me? I need to change the video resolution. Again. No, she won't.
Hello?
Oh shit, no, it's not. It says you've got to change the video resolution. It's changed. It's telling me the same. It's telling me the current resolution is 1092 by 614, but it's not.
Could you just go into the... I'm just going to open up the video again, and could you go into the YouTube Live Studio app? You know that screen that you bring up?
Yeah.
I'll ask... Yeah.
There you go.
Is there anywhere on there where you can change the resolution in the settings? Oh, wait, where's the... You know underneath there? That one, that first one, is that a resolution one? Just underneath the
There.
drop down, just above, yeah, that one. Yeah,
It
what's
won't
that?
let me go in it. It's greyed out.
Okay, okay, changing the resolution for YouTube, I'll just...
Bloody bastard, it's never done this before. Ever.
It's
I'm so
right,
sorry.
changing YouTube's video... No, it's okay, it's okay. Okay, right, how do I change the resolution on YouTube?
On OBS.
Click... I think it's a YouTube thing. The thing is, you've applied the setting onto OBS. Did you click, after you changed it, you clicked apply, did you? Apply the settings?
Yeah. I bet. Excellent condition, no data. Oh, you bloody bastard.
Hit stream key from there and see if we can just... Oh no, it's coming up with the same mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, changing the camera resolution in OBS. There's no option in YouTube
Current
to do it, is
resolution
there?
which is not supported. The expected video resolution is 1280 by 720, which is what we've got here. Look, I'll just turn it and see what happens. Ah! No data.
Okay, error.
It's all right.
between
Let's
YouTube.
see what happens. Just see, wait. It's saying good connection now.
Oh no.
This might be all right. Just a minute. It's excellent connection. It's not coming up with a. Let's see. It might go live. No, there's nothing coming up here. Oh! 158 people sitting waiting. Oh shit.
Oh god.
And it says it's streaming.
I just don't understand it, Brecca. Can you reopen the YouTube browser? Is that something you can do? Can you reopen that window?
Oh, you mean come off this and use a different screen?
Yeah, reopen it. Just to refresh it, just to reopen it and see if the refresh works, or can you refresh the page and then try it again?
F5 is that?
Oh gosh. Oh, everyone.
I'm sorry. Will you write them a note? Tell them that this is.
It's okay. Okay, I'll write them a note. Everyone, we have a problem. For some reason, it's
not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
I'll tell you what. Just up the resolution to its maximum for YouTube, which is if they're saying that, go back into OBS and go back into the settings. Sorry, just go back into OBS. It's maximum. Oh my goodness, it's actually. If they're saying that, go back into OBS and go back. Oh, you just stopped it. Just reopen it.
Oh God. Just tell. It's all right. I'll just reopen it. It's all right. All right. Okay. My loves, this is Mercury retrograde. Going live again now. I think I'm live. Am I live? Am I live? They can hear me. Right, let's get off. Hello everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Cool. I need my furry friends at the moment. I can't begin to tell you how challenging this Mercury retrograde is. I don't know how you're getting on with this Mercury retrograde, but things that I'm expecting to go wrong, thank you Ken, that's very generous of you, are not going wrong, and things that I'm not expecting to go wrong are going wrong. Oh, I'm so excited. I got to be live with you. I really thought that this was very touch and go today. It really was, because dear Lucy was on the line and she didn't really know what to do, but she came up with an idea and I don't remember what it was, but it worked. So thank you very, very much, Lucy. And whew, so how are you finding this Mercury retrograde? Because it is retrograde now until the 12th of July. So it's another 12 days. So yes, it is a challenging one. So for example, Lucy and I, just before going live, we thought we'll get everything in order. We're going to sort everything out and have a really smooth time this time. And because we've not been able to schedule the videos, it's been a real thing. We've been on for weeks with YouTube telling them, hey, the time's coming out wrong. And we were all set recording it for them, really just, giving them evidence as to how it was not working. And blow me down, the schedule thing was right today. Thank you for your patience. I feel as though we've got to have more patience than we've ever had, especially this year, with all this retrograde energy. Thank you, Shelley. Shelley's here encouraging you to like the video. I'd appreciate it if you would, although I don't blame you if you don't at the moment because of all that messing around with the technology. But when you like it, it does enable more of us to get together. And as they say, the more the merrier. So Mercury is the thinking process. Mercury is your mind. And when Mercury goes retrograde, usually 3 or 4 times a year for about 3 weeks, the mental processes are slowed down. It really can be an opportunity to contemplate, to really get more aware of you are thinking. Thank you, Shelley, who is shooting love in the air in the chat. And I feel that. When you are shooting love beams out there, and when you are feeling that love energy, we all feel it. Just as COVID-19 is infectious. Welcome, Timothy, first time here, fabulous. Just as we have viruses that are infectious, diseases that are infectious, we can also have good health that is infectious, love that is infectious. And because Jupiter and Pluto, losing my mind here a little with this Mercury energy, are conjunct right now, strongly conjunct, will be during this coming month, at least for the first 9-10 days, and again in November. This is a time when things can accelerate. They can go to extremes. Oh, how is the sound? I've just forgotten. I need to turn off my sound energy here. How is the sound? Is it good enough? Thank you. So this infectious energy, we can choose to infect one another with positive vibes. And it works. Love is the most infectious energy that there is. Just as when somebody's laughing, you know what it's like? There's 2 people on a bus and they're just laughing. And all of a sudden, other people on the bus start laughing. And then more people are laughing and suddenly everybody's laughing together. Thank you for your feedback. It's great that you answer me so beautifully. Thank you. So the sound is good. Thank you. So, and I love that thing on the tube where somebody starts laughing and then it's a whole chain. And then everybody in that carriage is just killing themselves laughing. So we can really create waves of very positive energy or very negative energy with this Jupiter-Pluto energy. You want me to sing for you, Alison? I'd love to sing for you. Let's see if the Pleiadians will come through a little later on. So things are extreme with this Jupiter-Pluto. Pluto has to do with power, strength, debt, things that are maybe not in your control, or don't feel as though they're in your control. And Jupiter magnifies everything. So whatever you're focusing on that is positive, Jupiter will make it more. So if you're focused on getting worried, as I was, that, oh, I might not be able to go online and all you lovely sweethearts are waiting for me, the more I got worked up about it, the more difficult it got. But then, as I calmed a little and I had lovely Lucy, thank you, Lucy, for being so helpful, then things suddenly got easier. So it's about not resisting what is happening and just sinking into that present moment. So what are the main things happening in July? Well, on the 2nd of July, because we're just coming into a new month, and we're just starting this second half of 2020. So we've had the first 6 months, and that's been pretty amazing, hasn't it? Now we run into another 6 months, and this looks as though it's going to be pretty amazing as well. So get ready for a wild ride. Yeah, if you need some furry friends, then have them and hold them to just help soothe you through a lot more changes coming. Thank you, Neue Erde Saatgut. Thank you. Focus on the good. Absolutely. Focus on building that frequency between us. Jupiter-Pluto is going on for a few weeks. It's going on for about another 10 days, 10, 11 days. So, thank you, my darlings. I'm just putting you down for now. So Mercury retrograde in Cancer. We're being asked to rethink how we communicate, Mercury's communications, to rethink your thoughts, your thinking patterns about security. Cancer has to do with your security, what makes you feel secure, having enough food, having a few extra bottles of water, just feeling what gives you a sense of safety, and how can you soothe your mind and soothe other people's minds so that we're not going into this frenetic energy of panic. Because panic is contagious. Fear is contagious. And so is love. So to become more aware of what are the thoughts I'm having about somebody, and do I have the full picture of the situation? Am I seeing all of it, or am I only seeing a part of it, and am I taking it too personally? Yeah, Cancer is very personal. Yes. And I'm so grateful for all of you online with me. We do have, Drew, thank you, such a beautiful, positive, loving, caring community here. Thank you, Lucy, for really jumping in, being my moderator and really doing a terrific job. And for those of you who contribute, yeah. Oh, Tiffany, how lovely. Everybody at the clinic is watching as well. Welcome to you. I want you to feel Mercury in Cancer, that this is a safe space, that you're not going to be judged, that you're not going to be criticised, that you can share what you're feeling, what's going on. Mercury retrograde as well. Just, you might be getting impatient, yeah? Mars is in Aries, so it's like this impatient energy. And Mercury retrograde needs time to think. It's like, back off. Don't rush me. Don't push me. Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you. So you've got these two different frequencies going on. There's this pushy, yeah, come on, come on, come on. And the retrograde energy that says, hang on a minute. I don't know how this works. I need a little bit of time. I need you to show me how this works. I really shouldn't have tried to put together an IKEA little chest of drawers during Mercury retrograde a day ago. I was really excited. I thought, because it's not my forte, you know, putting things together and reading instructions. It's not. But I thought I must give it a go. And I tried really hard, but I got stuck halfway, really stuck. And Mars in Aries was saying, come on, just, you know, keep going. But in the end, I really had to concede defeat because I just did not understand those instructions. So Tassos will have to come to the rescue once again. And again, Mercury retrograde, it's not the best time. Julie, thank you. Oh, for Teddy's and Doggy to get some ice cream. Thank you. They appreciate that very much, Julie. So we've got this square energy going on with Mercury in Cancer and Mars in Aries. The square energy can mean that there are miscommunications, misunderstandings, feathers ruffled, things coming up where it's like, yeah, somebody wants to bark at you. You feel as though somebody's barking at you. And I had that the other day, actually, with my dear friend. Yeah, I have to say I'm not really used to living with people. Yeah, it's new for me. When I'm in the countryside, I'm actually living in a part of my friend's house. And it's new. I'm used to being in my own vibe. So one morning she's phoning me up and she's like really stressed, you know, half teared, half crying. You know, Tassos, that's her husband. He's going to leave me halfway. He wants to come up and do your jobs. I need him to do my jobs. It was like, wow, yeah, I haven't seen that side of her. And I soothed her. I said, look, there's nothing urgent about the things that I'd like doing. Let him stay where he is with you. And we didn't speak for the rest of the day. But for me, I felt that vibe. I felt their tension. And it did affect me. I couldn't disconnect for it. Thank you, PJ. Much love to you. I couldn't disconnect from it. It was really difficult. I had many hours where I was just on edge with that vibe. So just know that we really affect one another deeply with these angry vibes where you feel as though, I'm not getting my needs met. So before you have an angry vibe at somebody, I think we've got to start raising the consciousness. And rather than lashing out at somebody, just somehow get it out of your system. I'm not saying we've got to deny being angry. So find another way to release it rather than eclipse it out. Yes, MK. Rather than hitting out at someone. Dean, thank you. Thank you. I hope it does increase your income once again with the eclipse. So I think this is important. I think that Mars in Aries is going to bring up these frustrations. So if you can become more aware of what are the situations that trigger you. Thank you, Sun Moon. I love you too. Thank you. What are the situations where you know you are likely to be triggered? Let me give you some examples, and you please join in here. Driving. Standing in a queue, or a line as you call it in America. Feeling as though somebody's ignoring you, not listening to you. Thank you for liking the video. I would really appreciate it. Lucy's encouraging you here. Thank you. The more people that like it, the more that join our positive community, the stronger we get, the more positive vibes we can ripple out together to more of our friends and family and beyond. Because make no mistake, when you feel uplifted by what's happening somewhere, you vibe that out. It happens more than I think we realise. I think that science is going to catch up with that soon. Tiffany, thank you. Thank you. Science is going to catch up and show us just how much our vibes make a difference everywhere. Yeah, not just close, but far. So this opportunity with Mars in Aries for 6 months until January, where are you activated? Yes, I think a lot of people are crying lately. Yes, lots of tears. I had lots of tears that day. My friend kind of shouted at me. I was really deeply affected, and it wasn't really to do with me, but I took it far too personally. So, because it's easy to be pulled into, as Eckhart Tolle says, it's easy to be pulled into the unconscious behavior of other people. And this is what is most likely to happen with this Mars in Aries. As always, there are opportunities with a planetary cycle to use it in a positive, empowering way, or to use it in a destructive way. And Mars in Aries for sure as hell can be destructive, potentially. So think about the situations where you go unconscious, where you're likely to go unconscious, and make a conscious effort to become more aware of those situations. So particularly when I'm driving, I really try, thank you, Haihu Moon, thank you very much. I try to be as conscious as I can, thank you, Sham, of letting people go before me, right? Just letting somebody go. Let somebody else go before me. Maybe we could start a trend here of letting people go in, right? Because there's this real trend of Mars in Aries not letting you in, and not another one. Oh, and another one's holding up the queue here. Yeah? So, what triggers you? And what are you doing that is unconscious action? Right? This is, why is it, oh, sorry, that's gone by too fast. So for example, I was saying on my Instagram feed today, I don't know how that carrot got into my mouth, but suddenly I had a carrot in my mouth. I don't know how I went to the fridge, washed it, cut the end off it. Suddenly I had a carrot in my mouth, unconscious. Until that point. It's like, wow. So I think this Mars in Aries is about becoming much more conscious of where we're going unconscious with your actions. Yeah? Actions, actions, actions. What are you doing? So for example, can you become aware of an impulse? Because Mars in Aries has to do with your impulses, your desires. What's pushing you? What's driving you? Because often your desires are unconscious. For example, you can have an unconscious desire that your mind justifies about eating, or having a smoke, or having a drink. Eckhart Tolle makes it funny. He says the mind would say something like, well, I've had a very tough day, and I deserve a bit of a treat, so why shouldn't I have a drink? or something like that, yeah? Or an extra piece of cake or a chocolate. But if you can have the desire and become aware of the desire and catch it, then you are not at the mercy of all that unconscious action. Because there's so much unconscious action going on our planet. So this Mars in Aries has everything to do with living equally in the world of doing and the world of being. Mars in Aries is going to say, keep doing, keep going. I'm a shocker with this. I go from my to-do list and I do this, and then I do the next thing, and then I do the next thing. I mean, I'm super busy. I love being busy. I love my work. I love doing what I do. And I am having to train myself. Thank you, Claudia, very, very much. I'm having to train myself to get into that being mode. And it helps just talking to the animals. Yeah, I just look at him and for a moment, yeah, you look at the animal and you're in the being moment. You're in the moment. And especially with Mars going retrograde from the 9th of September to the 13th of November, I think this is going to be a real time when we can really put some of these frustrations, angers, violent kinds of behavior, I think we can correct them. I think we'll have an opportunity to correct this pushing, doing energy, this very masculine, male, yang energy. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. So we're looking at this taking time, like right here, right now, just to be in this moment. Because when I'm talking to you, I'm right here with you. Thank you, Nalini. Thank you. I'm super present. I'm sweating, I have to say. It's really hot here, and I hope you'll forgive me, but it takes a phew. Thank you. Not only is it hot here, and I try not to use the air conditioning. I try to adapt to the heat, but it's a challenge when I feel the heat of us coming together. So it's about becoming aware of what you're desiring and what's causing you to move again. What causes you to act? What's that impetus? Why am I doing it? And this is very much what I feel will be tested in this time. Laura, you're right, get a small fan. I do have one, and I just don't have it in this room for some reason. But it's okay. It's good to sweat a little. Yes, it's good. It's good to be uncomfortable. I know we run from discomfort. Yeah, there's this energy of running from it. And at the same time, when there is discomfort, there is more impetus to grow and to change and to learn. Yes, thank you, Love Ball. Lucy, you are the best for me. I am so lucky to have Lucy as my assistant. Thank you for reaching out. I'm so glad I said yes. Thank you. So This is this Mars energy, and I think it's really prevalent. And I'll probably be talking about it more and more, and I think that we're going to be reminded of it more and more with issues concerning violence, concerning riots, concerning rage, concerning anger, concerning how we deal with this frequency. And whether we're going to deal with it like evolved humans, or whether we're going to deal with it like fighting children. So, that's Mars in Aries energy. Now, let's just go through July. Thank you, Sheila. On the 2nd of July, we've got Saturn going back into Capricorn. It's been going retrograde, but now it goes back into Capricorn at 29 degrees. So 29 degrees is a significant degree. It's very strong at 29 degrees. If you imagine 29 degrees, once it gets to 30, it's into a different sign. But so 29 degrees is like it's a last call. It's the last corral here. So here is the last call for looking at structure. How do we want to structure the new world? What is nature showing us? Thank you, Oracle Star Song, thank you. What is nature showing us that we must become aware of in our world if we're going to survive and thrive? What are we being shown? What structures must we change in order to move into this evolved state, which we want to move into? Yeah, there is a strong desire, certainly with all of you here. It really is a last call. Right. What structures do I need to let go of? What are the structures that are no longer working? We cannot go on destroying our planet. Uranus is in Taurus until 2025. This is nature pushing us to wake up. And I was shocked to see images of, I think it was Bournemouth Beach in the UK, strewn with litter. I mean, it was like everywhere strewn. Yeah, Rose, no more mass animal farming, no more culling of our forests, no more toxifying our seas, our waters, our oceans, our air. Yeah, so we are really being given a massive wake-up call, and this 29 degree of Saturn slipping back into that anaretic degree is like we're being given like a window of opportunity here to really look at what are the things that we're doing on our planet that have to stop, that have to end. And also, what are the things in your life, structures in your life that you know you must change? So this is just a question. I think that this Saturn in Capricorn, we're going to be looking at, because Saturn in the end of the year will be going into Aquarius, where it will stay for quite some time. So we're looking now, Hong Kong, for example, these freedoms being, it looks like now that the freedom to protest and freedom of speech will be curtailed greatly. Don't know exactly what's been passed there. Maybe some of you will know. So we're really going to have to get our act together. Capricorn is about doing something practical. It's not talking about it. It's about really practically coming together. We've got eclipses this month. So We've had some eclipses now on the 4th of the 5th, 5th of July. We've got this big lunar eclipse happening in Capricorn. Again, it's resonating with this Capricornian energy of we've got to stand up and be responsible. Stand up and be ready to be truthful, to be honest, to tell the truth about what we're doing. To be responsible citizens on this planet. And what does that take? What kind of governments do we need to have? What kind of economic structure do we need? What kind of educational structure do we need? What kind of health, medical structure do we want to see? This is such a turning point. Somebody said earlier in the chat, we are living between two worlds. Yeah, we really are. And sometimes humanity does go backwards a little, and then it goes forwards again and backwards a bit and forwards again. It does go there and back. So don't berate yourself if you make a mistake, or we make mistakes as we go and we learn. I have to say, I would not want to be somebody in politics making decisions for my country at the moment. I think this is a really difficult situation. So the eclipse is going to bring things to a head, but particularly in Capricorn, it has to do with boundaries, structures, respect, honor, dignity. Integrity. All these are key words. Do you do what you say you're going to do? Do you keep to your promises and your commitments? Yeah? It's easy to look at the government and say, they're lying, they're saying this, they're doing that and the other. But we've got to be accountable. This is a time with this Capricorn energy of accountability. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to be counted here. And I'm growing and learning all the time with you. You can see that with all the mishaps that I have with getting online. Thank you to Lucy once again for being terrific. Thank you, Shelley. You're being terrifically supportive here on the live as well. I'm noticing that. Thank you. Thank you to so many of you who are donating time, energy, resources. Thank you. So a lunar eclipse often brings things to a head that we've not wanted to look at. You might want to get away. There's always this feeling of wanting to escape. You might think, I don't want to be here, I want to be somewhere else. Those feelings may come up. I'm getting them. Yes, Tiffany, thank you. To all nurses watching, benevolence, thank you, nurses. Especially nurses, doctors, people on our front lines. Thank you. So on the 12th of the month, this Mercury goes direct. So Mercury going direct, it frees you up now to sign contracts, get into agreements more easily, less likelihood for mistakes. Thank you, Keiko. Thank you. And just an easier flow of communications, at least in principle. But do remember that we've got this square energy going on with Mercury and Mars. And these two, it's just important to be aware of the words that you are using. But not only the words that you're using to others, but the words that you're saying to yourself. I was listening to Lynn McTaggart. She's wonderful, talks a lot about intention, done a lot of intention experiments, where through intention people have had tremendous healings. People who've been paralyzed just walking. People who've been blind being able to see, tremendous healings. And one of the things she said was that if I said half of the things that I say to myself to any of my friends, I'd have no friends left. So I think very often the things that you're saying to yourself can be very cruel and very judgmental. Thank you for liking, guys. Please like the video if you can. It just enables more people to get notified. Thank you. So on the 20th of July, we've got a new moon in Cancer. So again, a lot of this Cancerian energy. And Cancer has to do with soothing. Whatever soothes you, whatever gives you a feeling of being nurtured, of feeling safe. And maybe you can help another person feel safe. These are the energies of that new moon in Cancer. I think that we're moving towards a world of oneness. Yeah? COVID-19 started it, but we're moving into a world where I don't think we are going to have separate countries and nations. I don't think we're going to have all these boundaries and exclusions. I think that's what we're moving towards, where it is just one, we are one, we are one. And we realise that we're one. And maybe that's a way off, I don't know. But I think we have to come to a place with Uranus in Taurus, it's shaking up the economy, where everybody's individual needs are taken care of. Basic needs. Yeah, basic needs. Food, shelter, clothing, heating, cooling, whatever that is. But the basic needs are covered. Thank you, High Moon, thank you again. Where the basic needs are met for every single person on this planet. We've got to do that, guys, right? And when that's done, can you imagine the kind of safety feeling that you'll have? I'll have food on my table. My children will have food on the table. I'll have a roof over my head. I've got the basics covered. Wow. A lot of the fear and a lot of the survival issues, I feel, will dissipate, will calm. And I think that's what we're moving towards. Is it going to be easy? Not necessarily. But who said that it has to be easy? Yeah? Sometimes the things that you work hardest for, you're proudest of. When I work on a piano piece, I'm really practicing it. I'm learning a Scarlatti sonata at the moment. I'm super inspired by people like Martha Argerich, concert pianist. She's 79 years old. And she played to an empty hall in Hamburg. She played the Chopin sonata, third sonata, for the first time in 25 years, like a goddess. Yes, still giving her gift. No matter what age, it's not about age. It's about giving that gift. No audience, no applause, but still giving it. Absolutely, we can't be one as long as people discriminate against anybody else. By religion, by colour, by political views. And it's not that we're going to be all the same. The idea is not to be all the same. The idea is to be able to accept the different perspectives. That's going to be what it's about. To be able to embrace and accept all of our differences and to see that we need one another. I need you. Let's have a present moment, noticing of the breath. Present moment of basking in our togetherness, of basking in this beautiful community that we're creating together. I'm basking in the love. Love can be so healing. Just as the sun is healing, gives you vitamin D, and it's warming and healing and relaxing. Oh, feeling loved. I feel as though this Cancer energy is about showing us that we need to create an environment on our earth that is the same as the environment that we have when we're inside the womb. When you're inside the womb, everything's taken care of. You're being fed, you're being taken care of. You have no needs. You're hearing your mother's heartbeat. Your mother hopefully is loving you and welcoming you and can't wait to see you and the being that she's bringing into the world. And what we need to replicate now and visualize and see is a world where all those basic needs are met once we are born and in the world. And as we do that, that changes our frequency out of survival into a different kind of evolutionary being. On the 23rd of the month, sun will go into Leo. Leo, shining your star, shining in your glory. Remembering to bring joy and fun into your life. Remembering to try to see the funny side of things wherever you can. And if you can't do it, then be around somebody who's funny for a while. And the predominance of the elements for the next several years are still earth and water. When we look at the outer planets, Pluto in Capricorn till 2023-4, Uranus in Taurus till 2025, Neptune in Pisces, water sign, until 2025, 4-5. So we've got these big outer planets still in water and earth. So we must ground, we must center. We must love our planet Earth as an alive being. She's speaking to us, she's talking to us. We must interact with our Earth at that intimate level. It's almost like we've not been intimate with our Earth. It's time to get intimate with her. And she'll provide us with all that we need and more. So, I just love you guys. I really do. Lucy, thank you for all your help. Uranus in Taurus, I think it's going to mean a lot more climate change. I think we're going to see a lot more extremes in the climate. They're saying now that the UK is going to see in excess of 40 degrees Celsius, that's about over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, by the end of the century or sooner. So what are we going to do about this climate change? Why have things gone to so much extreme? We've got to look at what are we contributing to it. And while there's a lot of controversy about it, I don't want to get into the controversy, but I think that intuitively and instinctively, we know that we have to detoxify and we've got to come clean. Clean water, clean air, clean food, clean living, clean, honest arrangements between us. Clean structures. COVID wants us to clean our acts up. This is what's being called for. Uranus in Taurus, I'm always reminded of gratitudes. I'm deeply grateful for all of you. And there was a class of school children who were being asked, what are the 7 wonders of the world? And they were coming up with different things, you know, the 7 wonders. I think, they've all gone out of my thoughts. The pyramids, the hanging gardens of Babylon, is it? I don't know. You'll correct me, guys. But there are 7 known wonders of the world. One little girl said, well, actually, I don't think those are the wonders. Those are not the wonders to me. One little girl said, for me, the wonders of the world are being able to see, being able to hear, being able to taste, to touch, to smell, to be able to love, and to be able to laugh. These were her 7 wonders of the world. I think we can learn a lot from children at this time. A lot. So I just want to thank you so much for being online with me. Thank you to Lucy for all your help. My toys want to say thank you. They've enjoyed it too. And I look forward to your comments. I hope that you find these live streams to be uplifting, to give you new energy, to be able to deal with all these changes that are coming. It's probably not going to be very comfortable, but the Pleiadians said in a reading recently, I think it was a personal reading, they said to somebody that growth doesn't come when you're sitting in front of your television eating your potato chips. Those are not the times you make your massive growth spurts. So welcome the discomfort and know that it's taking you to a new place. Thank you. Much love. Bye for now.